Okay, you guys, here is issue 2 of Icon's origin, and this is where we get a little bit deeper into Icon, who is pretty much a black conservative version of Superman. If y'all didn't watch the first part, go to my profile. There's an Icon tab, and you guys can see yesterday's recap so you can know what we're talking about here. So y'all remember in the last episode, Icon and Rocket were going to City Hall because y'all saw all the cops and the police were down there. And even though it turned majorly left for Icon and Rocket, one would think, why were the police all down there and shit? So we rewind 4 hours earlier, and coming up the City Hall steps is Kevin Franklin, somebody who's been missing for the last, I think, like 4 months. Just remember, he's been missing ever since the Big Bang happened. And as you guys know from the Big Bang, from the static lore, a lot of people did die from the Big Bang. It was a very big mass tragedy for the people who didn't mutate. As you see down there, some of his coworkers were like, we thought you were gone. And he's like, I wish it was that simple. And he goes into the elevator to the top floor. And Kevin comes through the door. He's like, good afternoon. And then the mayor's secretary's like, Kevin, it's been 6 months. Because pretty much to have this mindset, you thought pretty much somebody's fate was sealed and they were dead. And then they come walking through the door after being missing and radio silent for 6 months. You definitely gonna be like, bitch, there's more to this story than what meets the eye. And I know it will be for me because I'm a nosy bitch. He walks into the mayor's office because he's like, is the mayor in? Me and that bitch got something to talk about. And he comes into the mayor's office with a shotgun. And as you see, the mayor is a black woman. And he tells the mayor, bitch, this is payback. And he's talking over a walkie-talkie. He's like, I got the mayor. And who's ever on the other end, he was like, okay, operation in progress. And he's like, now Mayor Jefferson, the last name Jefferson. He's like, let's have a little sit down and let's chat, bitch. I remember that was 4 hours ago. Now in present day, where we left off yesterday in part 1 of the Icon series I did, Icon and Rocket are surrounded by the cops. And even though they're trying to help, you know the police ain't gonna see 2 black people with powers who's more powerful than them as help. And we realized for what we just saw in that flashback, all those cops and the special forces are down there because the mayor is in a hostage situation. And despite what Rocket warning him, Icon wants to offer these cops some help, and they don't want help for him. Maybe Superman, but we all know why they would be more comfortable with Superman. And that cop is like, bitch, you heard me. Put your hands on your head. And Icon dumbass is like, okay, officer, if you give me a moment to explain. And Rocket's like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm complying with the officer. And then the officer's like, yeah, and you'll do what you're told too. And Rocket's like, oh, what you gonna do, hit me? And he goes to backhand smack her, but he doesn't realize the technology that her uniform has is gonna repel all that shit and it's really gonna keep her safe. Now he's scared to wanna draw his guns when his hands ain't enough. And Rocket's like, bitch, I'm not Icon. We can get it cracking. And Icon's like, don't hurt him. And she's like, oh, I'm not a bitch of morality. I'm definitely gonna hurt him. He swung first. It's only right for me to swing back. Eye for an eye. Girl, and she cracked his shit. She said, I'm not no Martin Luther King and I'm damn sure ain't no Rodney King. Remember, this takes place in the 90s, so it's relevant. When his other subordinates saw him get cracked, they start swarming in. And now the fight is beginning. Pretty much Rocket is like, I'm gonna show you why I'm not the bitch to fuck with. And she cracks him, and then that sends all of his goons and lackeys after her. But see, Rocket ain't one to take that type of abuse laying down. Rather, it's her against everyone or just her by herself. She is going at you. And then one of the officers get the notification, they say take her down and use the laser. But Rocket still doesn't know 100% of her uniform, so she wants to kind of avoid lasers because she doesn't know how her outfit might react to it. It might cause, a big ass explosion and there'll be multiple lives lost. And as you see up here, even Icon's like, please don't do that. The feedback from the laser could kill her. But then the cop that already had Icon peacefully detained cracks him in the back of the head like bloop. And after the officer unjustly hits Icon and he's like, still got some fight in you, huh? And Icon grabs his gun and he's like, any fight in me is a pure result of your actions. And it's like, it's about time you finally start to wake up. But see, Rocket, she ain't paying attention to what's going on with Icon over there. She got her own shit. She whooping these guys' ass on her own. But she's like, honey, some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. And then as Icon's flying by, they start firing at him, as they usually do. But they don't realize he is bulletproof. So as the bullets are hitting him, they repel and they're hitting the civilians over here. So like the cops are creating an unsafe circumstance when all I had to do to start off for is just a simple conversation. Honestly, half of life problems can be solved by a simple conversation. But motherfuckers ain't ready for that conversation, literally. And Icon goes up to the officer that's continuously firing at him and putting the innocent, nosy ass civilians in danger. And he's like, it's so important for you to capture me. You're endangering innocent life. And you're supposed to protect and serve. Meanwhile, in the building, the mayor's talking to Kevin and she's like, they started shooting. And Kevin's like, as I assume they would. The mayor's pleading. She's like, give yourself up. It's only a matter of time before they catch you. But see, that's easy to say, give yourself up, after you helped push him over his edge. Have you ever noticed that in life? People always want you to calm down once you've been pushed over your limit, but they had no problem with pushing you or getting you there. And Kevin's like, we've been through this, ho. If you tell the truth of what happened the night of the Big Bang, like, I'll give myself up. But he's like, if you don't, the cops will catch me, but it won't be for kidnap. He's like, it'll be for murder 1. And see, what does that little information tell us? That fills us in that the mayor has something to do with the Big Bang that took so many innocent lives that weren't all gangbangers. Which is why I said, if y'all watched my part 1 of these episodes, not all skin folk are kinfolk. Because whatever this bitch is a part of, her single decree or what she ordered for them to do had a lot of fatalities behind it. Meanwhile, outside, Icon's whooping this officer. He's like, I don't appreciate being shot. And they start trying to pile on top of him, but it's like, it's not gonna work. Once y'all saw the bullets repelling, what makes y'all think your hands can do some shit? Icon literally is like a weapon of mass destruction. You think your mortal instruments can really harm him. And then one of the officers crack him dead in the face, causing him to draw a little blood. And you see Icon's like, bitch, you done awoken the beast. So pretty much, Icon just got cracked in his shit. So, and he's finally starting to get heated. So he hit these cops with them ooh-wop-de-woos. He's like, next time I suggest you refrain from hitting people with the end of your rifle, especially people who can throw your ass like a sack of beans. Meanwhile, Rocket's so busy fighting, she doesn't realize there's a sharpshooter who's about to aim right for her dome. Luckily for her, before it hits her right between the eyes, her outfit reacts to it and it reflects it, which honestly, she didn't even know it could do that. So she's wearing this outfit, and yes, she's had to use and study it. But as she goes, she's still learning new things about this outfit as the actions happen. And then she catches the bullet, and then she sends it back towards the person who shot it. Pretty much what goes around comes around. And now, if you see down here, everybody want to start running. Why y'all running now? See, it's never fun when the rabbit got the gun. And then here comes Icon talking about, are you finished assaulting authorities? After everything that just happened to you. And Rocket's like, well, honey, it depends on them. Are they ready to stop attacking us who came to help them? And Icon's like, honey, there's been enough trouble caused here. I want to send you home. I want you far from here. Not another word. And she just blasts off. She's like, okay, fine. But you know it ain't over because Rocket's hard-headed. And Icon's like, I'm the one you want. Take me in. Let's cease all this drama and get to the root of the problem that's happening in the mayor's office. Y'all worried about me, and there's a bigger issue going on. So if y'all want me, here, arrest me. He a better bitch than me, because ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. And they put him in the back of a car. And from inside the car, you know, the bar windows, he's watching the police or this special unit go into the city hall. Because now that they're done paying attention to him, they're actually doing the job that they were meant to be there for. However, what they've got to realize is Kevin ain't playing alone, the one who has the mayor at gunpoint. And as soon as they all need Jumanji shit trying to climb up the side of the building, or Tarzan shit, Jumanji, his henchmen that he was on the walkie-talkie with start cutting their rope and start sending them flying and blasting them back. And of course, Icon coming to the day to rescue motherfuckers that didn't give a fuck about him, as we usually do. And Rocket, because even though she was told to go home, you know she ain't gonna listen. She catches one of the officers that started the shit and was rude to her to begin with. And then after he caught the guy looking him down, he's like, I'm really sorry I hit you before. She a better bitch than me because I would have dropped him on his ass. And then Rocket looks up at Icon, who's looking at her. He's like, how'd you know I was still here? And Icon's like, because I told you to leave. And you usually do the opposite of what I tell you to do. And see, as he hears the fighting getting closer, Kevin's adrenaline's going. He's like, we're getting down to the wire. It's about the time to be about that action. And Kevin's like, tell the fucking truth. You're the one who ordered that raid on Paris Island where the Big Bang happened. He's like, you told them to use that gas on those kids. He was like, it was pure hell on earth there. She's trying to sympathize with him. He's like, you're under a lot of stress. And he's like, you don't know stress. This nigga has PTSD. Like all the death he's seen at the hands of somebody he believed in and worked for. And she's like, dear, let me help you. But it's too late for that shit. Finally, Icon and Rocket arrive and he's about to show her proof of what she did. So Icon and Rocket bust in the mayor's office and Icon's like, dude, just give me the gun. And Kevin's like, you know what? He starts to think, he's like, yeah, you're right. But that's only because he don't need the gun anymore. Because if y'all know what's coming. If you were in the proximity of the Big Bang, many people that survive no longer needs weapon because they become the weapon. And as they see his bones start to break and his body starts to reconfigure, they realize Kevin, in fact, is not just a disgruntled former employee of the mayor's office. He is a bang baby. And he is ready for fucking war, as he should. And that is the end of issue 2. We will be doing a lot more static and Milestone media content this week. And just in general, because we need more attention on Black comics. We give enough to all these other comics anyway. Why not give a little attention to the OG Black comics? Hey guys, thank you for watching my comic recap. We will be doing a lot more of these. I will be a lot more consistent on YouTube because I'm the only one between me and my goals. So with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate anybody who made it to this end point, and thank you. And yeah, make sure you like the video and comment on it. So with that being said, thank you guys, and I'll see you next time at the same time, same place. Bye, you guys.